Hey guys, today on People Now, Jada Pinkett Smith, her daughter Willow, and mother Adrian get candid about love, resilience, and their journey to happiness. It's in this week's People Cover story.
Dog the Bounty Hunter posts a sweet photo amid his wife's hospitalization after being placed in a medically induced coma. We have details.
A decade after the King of Pop's death, we look at how Michael Jackson's 3 kids are creating their own paths.
Demi Lovato plans on telling her side of the story with her new music. We'll tell you what Demi's saying.
Plus, best-selling author and lifestyle blogger Lauren Scruggs is here with a new campaign to celebrate and support women.
It's all live today on People Now. Let's go.
Hey, happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome to People Now. Good to see you. How are you feeling?
Halfway through, feeling great.
We're getting over the hump here. What better way to feel some weekend vibes, sort of, in the middle of the week than enjoying a fun, summery, tropical cocktail? That's right. Today, we are celebrating Tropical Cocktail Day.
Maybe the best day ever, right?
By not having one?
I know. Wait, where are ours?
Later in the show.
We want to know, what is your favorite tropical cocktail? Is it the margarita, the pina colada, the Mai Tai, or tequila sunrise? Vote in our People poll or tweet us your answer with the hashtag PeopleNow, or maybe bring us some cocktails.
We're going to check in on those results, see what you're thinking about this in a little bit. But for now, here's what we're talking about and what's trending today. Starting with this, Jada Pinkett Smith is our People cover story this week. She's opening up about her candid interview with Jordyn Woods. Watch this.
Jordyn really felt like it was the only safe place that she could do that interview. And it actually wasn't something I wanted to do because it was very close. But, you know, as time transpired, she was just like, I really need you in this platform.
So we all remember this. Jordyn Woods chose Jada's Facebook Watch series Red Table Talk earlier this year to speak out about her alleged cheating scandal with Khloe Kardashian's ex-boyfriend Tristan Thompson. We're watching that scandal play out now on new episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Jordyn is a family friend of the Smiths, and Jada tells People that Will was the one who thought it was a good idea to go through with the interview, telling Jada it was supremely important. So Jada said, okay, let's do it. Stick around, guys. All 3 ladies of Red Table Talk, Jada Pinkett Smith, her daughter Willow, and her mother Adrian, are getting real about love, resilience, and their journey to happiness. It's in this week's issue. We've got lots more with them coming up in just a bit. All right, Mary J. Blige is moving on from the drama. In this week's issue of People, the 48-year-old is opening up about dating again after her painful divorce from Kendu Isaacs in 2018. Blige has accused her ex of infidelity, but tells People that singing about the heartbreak has been therapeutic, saying, I think I realized that no matter what comes to me, no matter how big or bad it is, I have to keep moving, I have to keep living. She goes on to say that after finalizing the divorce, she's feeling, quote, happy with herself. She says, I learned to be happy with just Mary, just enjoying my own company, me, by myself, most of the time. I'm grateful. Mary definitely has a lot to be grateful for and a lot going on. She's gearing up to headline Essence Festival for the 15th time. That's in July, alongside rapper Nas. And she recently accepted BET's Lifetime Achievement Award and even performed at the show. But as far as seeking out any new romantic prospects, Mary says there's a lot of men vying for her attention, but she's, quote, very selective. She explains, I've been in a bad relationship, so if it's not worth it, it's not worth it. She adds, don't be afraid of your imperfections because one day people are going to love you for them. I love that she's in a really good place. All right, let's move on to this. Dog the Bounty Hunter is keeping his spirits up as his wife, Beth Chapman, remains hospitalized after being placed in a medically induced coma over the weekend. On Tuesday, the reality star shared a sweet photo on Twitter that shows off Beth's freshly painted French manicure adorned with rhinestones and captioned, you all know how she is about her nails. People confirmed that Beth was admitted to Hawaii's Queens Medical Center on Saturday. According to Hawaii News Now, she was put into a medically induced coma. A rep for the Chapmans tells People, quote, it's quite serious. Beth was first diagnosed with stage 2 throat cancer in September of 2017. 2 months later, she and her husband told fans that it had been completely removed. Unfortunately, the cancer returned last year. Beth was rushed to the hospital in November for emergency surgery to clear a throat blockage that was obstructing her airways and was hospitalized once again in April. Beth admitted to fellow churchgoers in Florida on Mother's Day that her diagnosis had been testing her faith. She also alluded to having stopped chemotherapy treatments during her speech. She said, quote, chemotherapy is not my bag, people. Sorry, that's not for me. So for me, this is the ultimate test of faith. This is my ultimate lesson, and it will either be taught taught to me or to you, and I'm fine with taking the hit for everyone else because I think I know another guy who did the same thing. That was her quote. And back in January, Beth started chemotherapy treatments. Reported at the time by Entertainment Tonight, Beth seemingly confirmed the news on Instagram, posting a selfie with the hashtags cancer sucks, stay humble, pray, and it's only hair. Of course, our thoughts go out to the Chapmans during this extremely difficult time. All right, this week marks a decade since the king of pop, Michael Jackson, died at the age of 50. He left behind millions of fans, controversial history, and 3 young children, Prince, Paris, and Blige, formerly known as Blanket. Now, 10 years later, the Jackson kids are creating their own paths, and we're getting an update on all of it in this week's issue of People.
Yes, so in May of 2019, 22-year-old Prince Jackson graduated from Loyola Marymount University with cum laude honors. He was surrounded by his family, his brother Blige, his aunt LaToya, his 89-year-old grandmother Catherine, and a slew of other proud family members. He earned a degree in business administration, and rumor has it he's eyeing a career as either a director or a producer. And Prince told People back in 2018, "My dad gave us the tools to succeed." And a close family friend tells People in this week's issue, his father would have been so proud and excited for his oldest boy. Now, this was a moment for Prince to look towards the future after dealing with his father's tumultuous and questionable past.
Yeah, in early 2019, the shocking and revealing documentary Leaving Neverland aired on HBO and renewed the child abuse allegations against Michael Jackson that followed him all the way up until his death. His 3 children are trying to move on and away from all of that drama. It's nice to see that they're doing their own thing and having these huge accomplishments in the wake of all that.
Yeah, and finding their own path has not been easy at all. Now, since Michael's death, the world has watched the Jackson kids and their occasional missteps and fumbles. 21-year-old Paris, the most public of the 3, has been covered by the media extensively regarding her battles with depression, especially as a teen, her sexuality, and just her existence as Michael Jackson's daughter. A family friend tells People things were very difficult for them after Michael passed away, but it's amazing to see how far they've come.
Paris inked a lucrative modeling contract in 2017 and began performing with her band The Soundflowers back in 2018. She's also an actress, and those who know the clan say that outspoken Paris is most like her father, with a source telling People that music is her main passion at this moment anyway. Back in March, following a hospital stay in the wake of Leaving Neverland, she denied reports that she attempted suicide. Sources say she's doing well, and we wish her the best, of course.
Yes. Now, the youngest, 17-year-old Blige, is known as the most private of the 3. He's a senior at LA's private Boehlke school. Now, you might remember him as Blanket, but he dropped that name in 2015. He's into comic books, science, and sci-fi. He's best friends with his older brother, and Prince and Blige even launched a movie review show on YouTube back in May.
By the way, I haven't seen that yet. And
I watched some of it.
I'm dying to watch that.
It's amazing to see them just having their own YouTube channel.
Yeah, right? And like knowing who they are and everything,
Yeah.
getting their opinions on. Anyway, I'm going to watch that after the show. Despite their father's controversial legacy, a family friend confirms the Jackson kids are in a good place and calls them good kids, kind, smart, and passionate. The family friend adds, that's just how Michael would have wanted it. He would have wanted them to find their own voices and pursue their passions.
It's wonderful to see them paving their own way amid all the struggles and things that they've experienced in their lives.
Yeah, and you guys can find out more about that in this week's issue of People, so check it out.
And all right, we are kicking off Star Treks today with one hot television host enjoying her vacay. Kelly Ripa is sizzling in the sun while on vacation with her family. Seen here in this photo snapped by her daughter Lola, the Live with Kelly and Ryan co-host is rocking a white embroidered beach cover-up with her blonde hair loose in the wind while she sports dark sunglasses on a picturesque-looking beach. The 48-year-old captioned the hot pic, "Sous soleil avec papa," which translates in French to "Under the sun with Papa." Did a good job there.
Yeah,
right?
no, you pretty much nailed it.
And Kelly's supportive husband, Mark Consuelos, commented on his wife's photo with heart and pizza emojis. But he wasn't the only celeb to take notice of Kelly's fierce look. Real housewife Lisa Rinna commented, "I would do anything for legs like this." And Holly Robinson Pete jumped in saying, "Damn, sis." While Jessica Capshaw couldn't believe her eyes, writing, "What is happening here? Gorgeous." In his own Instagram stories, Mark shared some photos of the beach as well, plus a smiling picture with Kelly and their son Michael enjoying the family getaway. Very cute. The family time comes after the longtime couple revealed that their daughter Lola had walked in on them having sex on her 18th birthday. Kelly told the live audience that Lola, quote, shuts the door and you hear, "You just ruined my birthday and my life, and I used to see in color and now everything is gray." The encounter led to a pretty awkward family brunch where Lola told them, "You guys have no chill. You think you're 20, but you're not." I don't know, Lola. Kelly looks amazing. Maybe 48 is the new 20. as here.
Yeah, looking good, right?
She's looking great. All right, we move on to this. On Tuesday, Demi Lovato confirmed she is working on new music, promising that her new album will be as honest as possible. In an Instagram story on Tuesday, the singer explained, "You know what's great about making an album? You get to say anything you want, be as open and honest as possible, and finally tell your side of the story, regardless of who might not like it." She followed that with a shrugging emoji. Now, it's not clear whether or not the album will cover the events that led to her overdose last July, but if it did, it wouldn't come as a huge surprise to fans. Back in 2018, Demi hinted in a tweet that she might want to eventually share her point of view of the incident, writing, "If I feel like the world needs to know something, I will tell them myself. Otherwise, people stop writing about my recovery because it's no one's business but mine. I'm sober and grateful to be alive and taking care of me." She continued saying, "Someday I'll tell the world what exactly happened, why it happened, and what my life is like today." Demi has since deactivated her Twitter account. Now, she first hinted new music was on the way last week when she shared a selfie of herself in the studio on Instagram with the caption, "Making music," getting a lot of fans excited. Now, Demi has battled addiction, mental illness, and disordered eating for years. She first broke her silence about her overdose on social media in August when she shared an update on her health after being released from the hospital. These days, things are looking up. She's had a very exciting month. On June 8th, she watched her younger sister graduate from high school, and a week earlier, she supported her close friend Christina Aguilera at her residency in Las Vegas. All right, now watch this. Oh no! That's a video of Shawn Mendes dropping Camila Cabello during a rehearsal for their steamy music video, Señorita. Camila posted the video on Twitter on Monday, captioning it in part, "Remember when you dropped me, Shawn Mendes?" But she added a bunch of crying, laughing emojis. We know she's not holding a grudge here. The video was posted a day before reports emerged that she had split from her boyfriend, British dating coach Matthew Hussey, after more than a year together. The former couple reportedly struck up their relationship in February of 2018 after meeting on the set of The Today Show. They made their red carpet debut at Vanity Fair's Oscar party a year later. The split also comes shortly after the steamy Señorita video dropped. She and Shawn Mendes have everyone talking about their chemistry. One look at the video, you'll feel the same way, we promise. She's a waitress, he's a mysterious motorcycle rider. The two play lovers who cannot seem to quit one another, and it's really, really hot. Señorita is their second collab together. They previously worked together on the 2015 hit I Know What You Did Last Summer, which appeared on Shawn's album Handwritten. Now, that song sparked relationship rumors back then, but they denied they were dating. And apparently, filming their hot new video wasn't as easy as they made it look. Camila admitted just prior to the video's release that, quote, "The whole music video is funny because we were both really nervous. I had to drink a lot of wine." Maybe that's why she fell and he dropped her. It was a lot of wine.
Maybe during rehearsal, too?
But you know what? No judgment, because that steamy video, I'd have to be a little buzzed. All right, on to this. Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom are in full wedding planning mode. A source close to the actor confirms that the duo will be getting married later this year, saying, quote, "They want a smaller, intimate wedding. It'll be a fun celebration with family and friends. Katy seems in charge, but Orlando is involved, too. They're using a planner to finalize all the wedding details. They don't seem too stressed about it at all. And this couple is happier than ever. The source adding, "They're just so excited about being engaged. Katy and Orlando have great chemistry and like minds." The insider also reveals that they are eager to give Bloom's 8-year-old son Flynn another sibling. Bloom shares Flynn with ex Miranda Kerr, who has a son with husband Evan Spiegel and has another kid on the way. According to the source, Katy and Orlando, quote, "will love to start a family together. Flynn is already such an amazing big brother." Well, very excited for them. And those are your Star Tracks for today.
All right, guys, stay with us. A-Rod walking back comments that he made about his Met Gala conversation with Kylie Jenner. We've got all the details about that. Plus, Olivia Munn shot her latest project in England. She tells us the surprising things she learned from the Brits while filming The Rook.
All right, in honor of Tropical Cocktail Day, we've been asking you which summer drink is your favorite in our People poll. Let's take a look. This is just tempting. This is not even
It's
fair.
actually cool at this point. Margarita takes the lead.
Okay.
Pina colada. Mai Tai, not much love, and then tequila
I would
sunrise.
go for a tequila sunrise. What about you?
I agree with the margarita.
Okay.
You know what I love about the margarita? So many options.
Yeah.
Flavors, frozen,
Little salt
rocks.
on the
Who knows?
rim.
Who knows? You can do so much. Keep voting. For now, we move on to this.
Summer is kicking into high gear, and as the temperatures continue to climb, we've got you covered with your summer fashion inspiration from some of today's hottest TV stars. It's all brought to you by Old Navy.
First up, guys, Younger is easily in our top 5 most fashionable casts on TV. They are always dressed so chic on that show.
Yes, and we had them on our couch. We had to get their take on summer fashion. Their answers, well, it wasn't quite what we expected. Watch.
What is your secret to looking fashionable in the summer? Oh, first, I'm not fashionable. Liza's way more fashionable than me. I just like to be comfortable. For
Comfort's
me,
key.
Comfort. I've
Okay.
got to break in
But
a
what's
good
one
pair of
essential for
sandals.
summer that all of you do?
Sunscreen.
Ice cream. What?
See, that's good.
Peter, you got one?
Let your spouse dress you.
Well, she's very fashionable, so I would trust her.
Absolutely.
Now, Jeannie Mai holds it down every weekday as one of 4 outspoken and very fashionable hosts of The Real. There are so many popular trends that it's hard to know which ones we should try out this season, so we put Jeannie to test out to see which one she's loving right now. A bright lip or a dark lip?
Dark lip.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're rocking that right now.
A statement necklace or a statement earrings?
Statement earrings.
What about Prince, hot or not?
Hot. Crazy.
What are some of the most summer fashion must-haves?
Ooh, glossy skin, a great book, and a really saucy two-piece.
Ooh. Thoughts on wearing leather boots or other fall and winter pieces in the summer?
Leather boots, baby.
There it is.
Those leather boots all year round.
A little hot in the summer, but she's doing it.
Finally, we got to get our outfits approved by everyone's favorite TV dad. Before we leave the house, we got Fuller House star Bob Saget to weigh in on a couple top summer fashion trends. As you might expect, it was pretty much hilarious. Summertime, flip-flops or sandals?
The one that goes between your toes.
Oh, you
like
like
the thong, the one little.
Yeah,
Oh, that
I like a
bothers me.
thong as well.
Denim in the summer, yes or no?
Oh, denim all year long. I'd wear Daisy Duke cutoffs if I could.
And I would say
love to
you
see
could.
it.
Off. If anyone can pull it off at all, it's Bob Saget, right?
So great. But I hate the little thong sandals with the thing between your toes. I can't do it.
You get a blister.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. In this week's People cover story, all 3 ladies of Red Table Talk, Jada Pinkett Smith, her daughter Willow, and her mother Adrian, are getting real about love, resilience, and their journey to happiness. And according to Jada, getting to a happy place in her life wasn't easy.
So in her darkest hour, she felt her marriage to Will Smith was no longer working. She describes feeling depleted at the time to the point of even contemplating suicide. She tells people, quote, usually when people feel that way, it feels literal, but it's basically the spirit trying to tell you that you have some work to do. It's about trying to figure out what that work is.
For Jada, that work had to do with redefining her life and her marriage. Watch.
How marriage is considered, you know, to most people is outside of what I desire in my relationship anymore. And so it's more of a life partnership. You know, Will and I have decided in this life to be partners and to support each other and to love each other on each other's journey and whatever journey we have together. But he doesn't belong to me. I don't own him. He doesn't own me. He has to be his own person first, and vice versa.
I love that they are so open about this. Now for Will and Jada's daughter Willow, she dealt with her unhappiness in her early teens by inflicting self-harm through cutting.
She recently revealed on Red Table Talk that at the time, she felt it provided a physical release of all this intangible pain happening in her heart and in her mind. Now she's 18 years old and Willow has come a long way. She now looks at her body as a temple and tells us that she's happy that she shared that part of her story on the show.
I know so many girls who struggle with this, and I'm like, I can't take it out.
Right.
Like, I don't, like, at a certain point, it's like, I don't want to take it out.
Right.
Because I feel like people are gonna, it's like, no, like, I feel that. Like, wow. Like, if she's going through that and she got over that, like, I can do the same thing. Like,
And she brought a lot of healing to some of our family members that we didn't know were cutting either. But when she said it, everybody
It's like even
started
the
coming.
family,
even
like,
the
even the
family came,
like,
our extended family and people, and it was crazy. So it created this connectivity with all these different people within our circle that we just had no idea we're having that difficulty.
I love these women and they're helping so many people. For more with Jada, Willow, and Adrian, be sure to pick up this week's issue of People, available on newsstands Friday.
All right, guys, Alex Rodriguez is walking back the remarks that he made in a Sports Illustrated interview about his conversation with Kylie Jenner at the Met Gala in May. To recap this whole thing, he originally told the outlet that he and Jenner discussed her new billionaire status, and in the interview he says, quote, Kylie was talking about Instagram and her lipstick and how rich she is. That was his quote.
And people are really fired up about this on Twitter, especially Kylie. So Kylie's not going to just let this slide. She fired back on Twitter saying, no, I didn't. We only spoke about Game of Thrones, adding a shrug and facepalm emoji. So things are getting a little awkward here.
A few hours later, A-Rod responded to Kylie saying, OMG, that's right, Kylie. It was me talking about you and your makeup line and how much my girls love you. And then he added the hashtag Game of Thrones and respect and all love.
Also funny to think about them talking about Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
At the Met Gala.
This can read as him being like sarcastic or something. I feel like he seems like a genuine guy, and that this is not something that he was trying to like barb her by saying, oh, she was talking about being rich. I could imagine him just saying it in a candid, fun way.
And now he's probably afraid of the Kylie fans kind of coming at him.
Especially if he was misunderstood.
Yeah, I mean, would it be surprising if she was talking about her billionaire status at the Met Gala?
Well, no, I don't think it would be surprising. I don't think she'd have to apologize for that. I don't think it'd be surprising.
So either.
Like, what are you talking about? She was just making headlines for that at the time. Anyway.
Yeah, she's got the stats to back her up. Fans probably remember that Kylie was named the youngest self-made billionaire in March, according to Forbes. She's graced the cover of Forbes back in August of 2018 as one of the richest self-made women. She got her start on her family's reality series, a little show called Keeping Up with the Kardashians. May have heard of it. She launched Kylie Cosmetics in 2015 with 3 lip kits. The company has grown exponentially since then.
Kylie told Paper Magazine earlier this year that she doesn't think much about her billionaire status. She says, quote, I don't define myself by how much I have. I honestly don't wake up even thinking about it.
See, they were just talking about Game of Thrones, okay? All right, moving on to this. Lauren Scruggs is a New York Times bestselling author, a lifestyle blogger, and now she's partnering with TJ Maxx to launch the Max You Project, which is putting on the Changing Room. It's an Instagrammable experience committed to celebrating and supporting women as they navigate change throughout their life. Amazing. Lauren, thank you so much for being here today. How's everything going?
It's been fun.
Yeah, this seems like a really cool project, and the description there is incredible. We'll get to that, but you're speaking later today at the Changing Room about kind of the changes that have gone on in your life. A lot of people have followed along with your journey, overcoming this tragic airplane accident back in 2011.
Yeah.
Lost an arm, lost one of your eyes. I mean, a very traumatic thing. You've built your life since then.
Yeah.
How much has that experience, as you look back from this perspective, changed who you are?
Oh my gosh, well, it's changed everything, to be honest, and just what I'm passionate about. I feel like it developed my empathy for other people, understanding pain, just made me a deeper person overall. And yeah, there's always this kind of saying, it's from the Bible, but it's like comfort people as you want to be comforted. And I'm like, that is what I feel like is so important, because so many people are going through things, which is amazing that I'm doing TJ Maxx, Max U Project, because they really focus on sharing your stories and being there with other people while you're going through it, and listening to other people that have gone through similar things. So that's my goal through my story. And we help other girls get prosthetic arms and legs and things like that.
That's so incredible. Yeah.
Yeah.
I follow along with you on Instagram.
Yeah.
And you are so positive. You have so much positive energy that you're putting out. It's just really incredible.
Thank you.
What would you say is the biggest thing that you've discovered about yourself while kind of navigating this journey?
Oh my gosh, the biggest thing, honestly, I could not pinpoint, like when I was sad or happy or whatever, like why necessarily. And I feel like I've become so much more self-aware, but also like every day is a gift, and just treat it as if it's your last. So yeah, that's probably been the biggest thing.
You're also a best-selling author, no big deal. Just kind of throwing some books out there. 2 books, Still Lolo and Your Beautiful Heart.
Yes.
Did writing those books serve as kind of therapy for you, or was it sort of all about kind of getting other people inspired, or maybe dual purpose?
I feel like definitely dual,
Yeah.
but Still Lolo was written so soon after my accident that it was more therapy, because I was talking it through so much and all of that. And then Your Beautiful Heart was so like in my passion, like in my heart, of just helping other girls recognize beauty and seeing just a new meaning of it.
What has the response been from maybe fans of yours or girls that have reached out to
Yeah.
say like, oh my goodness, this really impacted me?
Yeah, just so many people can relate to pain no matter what it is. So every circumstance is different, but pain is pain. So a lot of people just said, I've developed so much hope from your story, or a new meaning of beauty or whatever it might be from each of those books.
We love tracking along with you, and also your marriage to E-host Jason Kennedy. You guys are very, very cute. You met him as a result of being interviewed by his colleague Juliana Rancic after your accident.
Yeah.
And this was crazy. Your first date was actually a hiking date that your mother joined you on, correct? Right?
Yes, it's
so how
true.
did that she get involved and she approved from the
Oh my
beginning?
gosh. So I actually was in LA interviewing with Juliana, so I love when my mom comes with me, and she's a tough cookie with guys, you know, like our boyfriends. And so Jason and I weren't thinking anything of that at the beginning, but it was so funny that she was there on the first.
That is really hilarious, actually.
Yeah.
And your mom's
Like, she
traveling with
passed
you now to
them
New
out.
York. She's your partner.
She's like my bodyguard, you know.
Yeah.
Did he talk about it? Was he super nervous to meet her so early on?
Wait, was he nervous?
Yeah.
Honestly, like, we weren't thinking about it in that way. We were just like, oh yeah, let's go on a hike. And he had been just kind of following my story, so it was more kind of from the viewpoint of that.
Yeah.
You know? And then, it was, the rest was history after that.
And he posts about you a lot. On his Instagram, he posted last month that, about trying to get pregnant, saying it's a lot harder than people tell you. So,
True.
yeah, what has that journey been like for the two of you?
Yeah, we're honestly really chill about it, and we're like, the timing is perfect no matter what, but it's a desire, so we're being like productive in any way we can, and but just staying hopeful, and we're not like stressed about it. We love our life so much, and we know kids will make it better, but we're just living and traveling and having fun.
I imagine that putting those videos out there is getting a big response from other people that have similar issues with that.
Yes, I think so too. So, yeah, I think that again is one thing that people relate to so much, and just I find it so important to be vulnerable and share your story, because a lot of people, I think, are nervous to like say hard things that are going on in their lives, but most people are probably going through it or something similar. So, yeah.
Your 5th anniversary on the way in December, right?
I can't believe.
So it's not like tomorrow, but it's coming up in a few months. Any plans yet, or do you guys typically do you go all out? Do you expect him to go all out? Does he expect you to go all out?
Yeah. So December's really fun because it's our anniversary, his birthday, and Christmas, and so we usually do just a fun trip. But
So
we're
it's just
very
like a
last minute people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we don't really plan ahead.
All right. What would be a dream trip for you at this point? Because you travel some already, right?
Yeah, I really want to go to Almangiri, however.
Ooh, I don't know.
It looks so amazing.
Yeah.
You'll have to look it up.
I will look it up.
It's on our go-to list.
When we were doing some of our research, we found this little fun fact about you. You were actually a wardrobe intern on the set of Gossip Girl, which is, I love the show Gossip Girl. But when you think back at that time, what's the craziest story or most surreal story from that time of your life?
Oh my gosh. That time in my life. Well, it was really interesting because I had that internship set up, and the writer's strike happened like in that November, and I was coming out in January, so I actually came out with no job.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then I ended up getting an internship at Michael Kors showroom just from a mutual friend that I grew up with, and she worked there, so it was just like a weird, like half in that part of the business and half in Gossip Girl wardrobe. So it ended up working out.
The most fun to dress for Gossip Girl?
Oh my gosh. Well, I love Ed's personality. But they're all fun. They're each like very different. So, and it was such a close group of people. So we got to experience like.
And such a hot show and hot cast. It's like
for
anything
sure.
you put on them, they're gonna look amazing, right?
Anyone's fun.
Yeah. All right. So you're a lifestyle blogger. You describe yourself as a wellness warrior. We want to get some advice from you for everyone watching. What would you say your #1 diet and nutrition tip right now? We're just going to bat off a few questions here.
I would say always eat whole foods, like plant-based. I'm a huge person in good quality meat, grass-fed, grass-finished, pastured.
Makes sense.
Chicken, pastured eggs. Yeah.
Good advice.
All right.
Yeah.
One food you can't live without.
Oh my gosh, I love sweet potatoes and I love fermented foods. I'm big on that right now. Like
Ooh,
sauerkraut.
I love sweet potato fries. I love
Oh yeah, yes.
Ideal workout. What do you love? The go-to.
Ideal workout. That's a good question. I really like Pilates, but I also like harder things at different times. Like I used to do boxing a lot. I need to get back into that.
All right. Like kickboxing?
Yeah, for sure. The kick part.
Yeah. Favorite vitamin or supplement?
Oh, I would say omega-3.
Didn't we
for
just
the
start
brain.
with it? It's in the flaxseed, right? Am I crazy? Am I coming up with this off the top of my
Yeah.
head? I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll talk about it later.
Totally.
Favorite? I think it is, and I will continue to eat
amazing.
flaxseed for that reason, regardless. Favorite beauty product?
Oh my gosh. Well, I have to say, so we have a dry shampoo called Stranded, so I have to say that.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah, dry shampoo. My wife is all about the dry shampoo these days. Takes
Very
away
much
if
needed.
your hair feels greasy, takes it away.
Yep.
I know.
What are 2 summer style items that you can't live without for the summer 2019?
Oh gosh. I just like a good t-shirt. I'm really basic in my clothing sometimes. A good t-shirt and a good pair of denim shorts. Levi's. Levi's always.
We're writing all these down. You've helped us out tremendously. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for
Congratulations on
having me.
everything that you're doing. And
it was so fun.
guys, for more info on the Max U Project, which Lauren is partnering with TJ Maxx on, head to themaxuproject.com. If you're in New York, the changing room is open in Soho until Thursday night at 7 p.m. There's more info on that on the website as well. All right, now watch this.
The investigation's only just begun.
If we could get moving.
Rather than just sitting here.
I know something. One of the victims was an American agent named Marcus Kevlar. He disappeared on a mission 2 years ago. Some of us thought that maybe he was still alive, but we just didn't know for sure until now.
That's a sneak peek of STARZ' new psychological thriller, The Rook, starring Emma Greenwell, Olivia Munn, and Jolie Richardson.
Yeah, well, guys, the miniseries is based off Daniel O'Malley's book by the same name, and the ladies told us what impressed them most about this project. Watch. You get the script. I don't know if you're familiar with the book before or not, but you get the script, you read it. What appeals to you the most? What gets you the most excited for this thing?
A job? No.
Yeah, starring role in a series. Big network. How about that?
Not bad. It's not a genre that I was ever really sort of knew much about, and I was just so sort of taken aback by the quality of writing and the characters on the page, and the idea of not having a memory and building a character, and I thought that sounded really fun.
The memory thing is so fascinating, and it does make you kind of think like what that would be.
Yeah, what would I do?
Freaky, terrifying.
I love British spy thrillers. I think they're just so. I think they do them better than anybody else. And this, is in my opinion, a very classic British spy thriller that is actually based in London. And to be the only American character and to be able to work with all these amazing British actors in this world was just such a huge draw for me.
And we love Olivia.
Oh, I know.
You welcomed her in.
Yeah. I do. The whole cast.
London, welcome.
But she didn't know that I was also American.
Well, I didn't know this until we're in the middle of an interview. Wait, really?
She was like, I'm the only American. I was like, actually American tag.
Why aren't you waving your American flag like I am? I'm very pro-American.
Duplicitous by nature.
Getting crazy. While Olivia is a proud American, she does admit to learning a thing or two from the Brits. Watch.
I think from growing, from being in LA so much.
Nothing.
I don't know. Like, what's she gonna come up with?
Yeah, every time she had a weekend off, she'd go straight back.
One thing that I thought was so fascinating.
Tolerance?
It's a very different feeding some in.
No, but you guys taught me that that's not tolerance. It's more just like you just won't complain. You just kind of just bury it deep down inside and just
deal with it.
I so don't see that.
That's what I learned from her.
Oh, well, that's brilliant.
You said people don't complain about the
repressed.
restaurants. And nobody says anything. Like if you get bad service, nobody says anything, and everybody just
that's true.
buries it.
Also, the pubs are always full.
Well, that's the thing that I took away is that everybody is just so social. Like everybody wants to get together. A lot of times I feel like, especially in LA, people get done with work, they want to go right home, and they don't want to talk to anybody else. And if you want to go see them, you got to go to their house. And in New York, you have a lot more where people are just hanging out more and walking around. But really, in London, everybody goes and hangs out at a pub. And if you're walking by, they're so friendly. Like they really are very open to everybody.
Well, that's what they say life's about. It's all about connection, right? That's why we're all here.
Yeah. Are you someone that just pops into the pub like midday? I was just in London for the first time and I was like all about it.
Did you pub it up?
Yeah, pubbed it up.
It's great. It's acceptable to have a drink at 12 o'clock. And even on a work day, you'll sort of walk past a pub and there's all these guys in suits.
Right. No one's
a drink at 11, and no one's judging, and you're kind of like, maybe that's why we have a.
When I walk my dogs by, people would always stop and say hi. So it was really easy just to stop. Everybody's just so friendly. Maybe it's because they're in a pub drinking it back. Yeah. But either way, they were very friendly to me and my dogs.
I love those ladies together. Now, in The Rook, Emma's character wakes up in a traumatic scenario with amnesia. So we wanted to know how they would want to reinvent or change themselves in real life if they had a clean slate. Take a look.
God, that is a great question. What would you change?
Change the world.
Let's hear. I need some
That's a good
inspiration.
point. We should have already had this prepared.
I'll make myself just like overall happier.
Well,
I
would change my
It's probably the first thing that would happen. I would sleep better because I would have less stress.
I think I'm the oldest person on this sofa by miles, so I do think it's a cliche, but it is true. Is later in life you feel if you could know what you know now and go back and do it again, that would. So if you lost your memory.
Yeah.
If you lost your memory, you lost it all. Start again. You don't know anything. If you knew nothing then, as you know nothing now.
Just like blank slate. I think blank slate is the way to go about life.
These three look like they have a ton of fun together. So it turns out their chemistry was pretty instant. And they were always entertaining themselves on set.
I mean, everybody bonded immediately. It was a really, and that doesn't always happen, you know.
No.
We all really just truly like each other. We're all friends. We communicate, you know, outside of the show. There's really not a lot, and we just go, but we would, I remember there's a period where we were all telling like just jokes or bad jokes that we knew. It was like everyone was trying to like top each other with like the worst bad joke.
What's your bad joke?
What's the
Well,
worst
I don't know if
bad
mine is bad,
I feel
but
like
mine
you did
is,
win.
Okay, what is, okay, why don't you see bears hiding in trees? Because they're really good at it.
Yep, you definitely won, 100%.
Come on! Your 7-year-old would love that.
My 7-year-old might tell that, actually. That's pretty good, though.
There's that. That is
Guys,
a pretty
now
good
you
bad
come
joke.
around, took you a second. A lot of judgment up front.
Yeah, right.
Some
Pretty
respect
harsh
on the back
at the
end.
gate.
You know what? She's good at bad jokes. We'll give it to her. All right, you can catch Emma, Olivia, and Jolie on the new miniseries The Rook, premiering Sunday, June 30th at 8 p.m. Eastern on STARZ.
Guys, switching gears here, we have a sad new update to a story that we covered earlier in the show. Dog the Bounty Hunter's wife, Beth Chapman, has died at the age of 51. The news comes after Chapman was hospitalized after being placed in a medically induced coma over the weekend.
Dog the Bounty Hunter confirmed Chapman's death on his Twitter Wednesday morning, writing, "It's 5:32 in Hawaii. This is the time she would wake up to go hike Cocoa Head Mountain. Only today she hiked the stairway to heaven. We all love you, Beth. See you on the other side."
Beth was first diagnosed with stage 2 throat cancer in September of 2017. 2 months later, she and her husband told fans that it had been completely removed. Unfortunately, the cancer returned last year.
Beth admitted to fellow churchgoers in Florida on Mother's Day that her diagnosis had been testing her faith and alluded to having stopped chemotherapy treatments during her speech, saying this, "Chemotherapy is not my bag, people. Sorry, that's not for me. So for me, this is the ultimate test of faith. This is my ultimate lesson, and it will either be taught to me or to you. And I am fine with taking the hit for everyone else because I think I know another guy who did the same thing."
You know, of course, really heartbreaking news there. Our thoughts go out to the Chapman family, their friends, and their fans around the world who are just finding out this news. All right, guys, coming up tomorrow, Elizabeth Banks is a triple threat. She directs, produces, and stars in the newest installment of Charlie's Angels. We're going to catch up with her about that and so much more.
Plus, we are joined live by celebrity chef Andrew Zimmern. We love him. He's working alongside the Y to raise awareness about the child hunger epidemic. Thanks for watching. For now, we leave you with one last thing from Carrie Preston. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hey, I'm Carrie Preston, and this is One Last Thing. The last TV show I watched was Fleabag Season 2. I don't know if there is a more perfect season of a TV show.
Even though your sister still hates you.
Thank you.
You're pretending to be friends because your dad is... I'm joking, he's just there.
The last celeb I texted was Michael Emerson, who is my husband. My last big splurge was I bought most of what the Trunk Club sent me, which was a lot.